what do you got in there?
Oh, God.
I'm like, Nunya.
Do you have a woman in there?
Seriously, they are like real weird. And the one guy was like, I'm moving everything from one to the other, right? He comes by and he goes, my boss is coming and she needs to do a lock check. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, are you kidding me? I just got all this shit out of here.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Hello, friends, and welcome to the Autopod Decepticast, your bi-weekly podcast that delivers an episode-by-episode breakdown of the original G1 Transformers series. This is episode number 199.
Only one more to go before we disappoint everyone with doing nothing on 200.
Maybe we should plan something.
Yeah, fuck it.
Today, we are covering the episode titled...
The big broadcast of 2006.
That's it.
It's all falling apart.
Oh. I still had the ultimate weapon in that spot.
So quick.
So I think we just covered that.
So quick.
I am your host, Aaron. Who's with me?
Hi, I'm Caleb.
I'm Ryan.
No, I was asking if you're with me. Like,
I'm with you.
Okay, great.
Nah.
All right. And joining us today,
All uphill from here.
special guest friend of the show, Alphamagnus. Welcome to the show.
Yay! Welcome back.
I made it.
Live from a storage closet near you.
A new storage closet.
Complete with an empty can of hash.
We don't talk about the hash.
It's not empty.
Yeah.
I have to cook it from the sterno in the bottom.
And this is corned beef hash, not like the cool hash that all
Right.
Europeans-
Not hashish.
I
Correct.
still smoke it.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I got a vape of corned beef hash.
That would probably do some pretty weird things to you.
FR bet.
So, what's going on? What are some updates? Give us like 3 bullet points of
happening
what's
in your
new with your
You're
life.
you're in a new spot. Again, I think every time he meets with us, he's going to be in a different storage space.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, he's going to be recording from inside a well like Ringu.
Yes. I'm here with Gollum. I've been working on a lot of customs. I am doing some cosplay-ish stuff soon. And I had posted on, you guys had talked about Rathacon from, we go into Rathacon, at least not yet. So I had another con that weekend that I was going to circumvent if he had gotten me a booth. Like I would have gone there if I didn't have the other con anyway.
Right.
But yeah, so it's an Avatar, like not the blue cat people, the kid with the blue hair.
Yeah, the cartoon anime.
Yes, The Last Airbender. There's a convention of that down in Columbus, so I'm going to go to that. But in that same weekend, I got the denial from them and got another one, so I will be being a cosplay host at the Cleveland Gaming Classic in September.
What is entailed with being a host, a cosplay host? What does that bring with
You
it?
have to judge people's cosplays, go around and hype stuff up, and be a weirdo. So I will be doing a Macho Man, of course, because at this point I know my audience.
Yeah,
I'm not going to mess around with it. I will also be helping my friend who is at Swaggy Cosplayer. He is a cosplay host for the Cleveland Fan Expo.
Cool.
Next month.
Right on.
Yeah.
So I'll be with him in his booth. We'll be knocking that out. He's got a sound wave that he's doing, so I'll be Macho.
Right on.
Magnus.
Is his a fusion as well, or was he
Nah,
going to try and do that? And you were like, "That's my thing, fucker."
No, he can
Back
do whatever he wants, but he's very much I make armors of stuff. That's like one of the rare ones where I actually did like a full helmet. Usually he just makes armors of stuff. He's done Darkwing Duck and stuff like that.
So that will probably already have happened. I think this episode comes out the 26th of March. This one will air.
That would be right. I think that is the weekend. of
Okay.
it, yeah.
I've got a good crossover wrestling, Transformer concept. It would be called Ravaging Rick Rude, and it would be a matchup of Ravage and Rick Rude.
And all it is Rick Rude going.
Yeah. And then grinding his hips.
Yeah.
That noise. All these noises are going to be very offensive.
I love it.
Well, speaking of customs,
yes.
as you were speaking of them, transitioning slightly, you sent us a box of stuff. And
Yes.
we'll have to take pictures of it and put it out on the socials. But I wanted to go through each of these pieces, and well, I guess for each piece, I'll ask the question, what the fuck?
Cool. I have not seen these. I'm excited.
They've been at my house.
So-
I gave him a peek. But
Okay.
So
Boy.
all of these are older customs that I had that I made for myself in my collection. One of them was a contest entry, but in that time, my collection has grown so huge. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 unopened tubs full of loose Transformer toys that I am keeping for my collection. So I took a bunch of them out and sold a whole bunch at TFCon. Last 2 TFCons, actually, I've sold a bunch. That was 2 TFCons I've gone to and sold nearly everything twice. And then I had some customs at the last one that sold pretty well, but those were just basic repaints. These ones were a little more in-depth. I did send you guys videos of these as well. You can post that too. I just posted them for your benefit if you ever decided to transform them. They are much more delicate and they are much harder to transform. So it's like a double-edged sword there, but I figured you guys would appreciate them more than just some rando.
Cool.
And,
So you're giving us your old junk, and, but
that I would have sold.
But
for
these
money.
are Alphamagnus
Yeah.
creations.
Yeah.
Right on. This is
And-
cool.
I pulled these 3 out specifically for you guys because I've kind of had an inkling as to as soon as the box opened which ones you guys would want. It was a guess.
Let's see if
So
we get
let's-
it. We get it right.
Well, I know one's right because you were like, I called dibs.
Yeah, that's right.
So that said that one pretty easily.
Okay, so here is the first item. It looks like sort of a
Garbage truck.
garbage truck, but it has a crane,
Yes.
and
You can pick up. It's got like the bins on the top, and you can pick them up.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
what is this?
So that one was from one of the classics, Henkei United, whatever, the Chug as they call them, Inferno, I believe. And I repainted it into, this was the one for the contest. This was a contest on sector70.com, which is now a defunct customizer website. But that was supposed to be putting the Matrix inside of another character. And I picked Wreck-Gar.
Oh.
So that is what I call Salvagus Prime.
I love it.
And that was also right around the same time as Animated, who did the same thing, essentially making Wreck-Gar a garbage truck. You can actually lift that top piece off, and that's how
I was
going to
say, is that a fully?
Oh, okay.
So is that an add-on? So you've clearly done some paint work
Yeah.
here, and then is that another toy that you've
Yep,
jammed
there you
on
go.
top of it?
Yes, so that's the main thing. And then I would watch the video to transform the rest of it, but it does
Okay.
have Wreck-Gar.
This is cool. That's a really
yeah.
cool concept.
Will it be Wreck-Gar's face, or an interpretation of it?
Yep, it's. I think it's the Henkei one with the box head around it, like the animated one.
Sorry if you already said this, but how did it go in the contest?
Can't remember if I
Did he-
won that one. I
No.
might have.
Cool.
I won a lot of those, and I was a staff member, so I ended up just giving it to the next guy.
Yeah.
Whatever. And they're like, "No, you don't have to do that." I'm like, "Yes, I do."
Very cool.
So this, I'm guessing,
We got
the
the
next
next one.
picture or next item. I'm guessing it's a bludgeon of some sort.
That is just another one that's. I think his arm thing fell off. That is Skeletron,
Yeah.
which is Skeletor being given the power from Unicron instead of
Galvatron.
There should be an arm bracer that probably fell off in there.
That's really that looks very posable, although I'm kind of scared to pose it.
It's from the 2000 X He-Man line.
Then we've got what appears to be an Ironhide inspired item. It's a truck. It looks like it probably turns into a truck, but it has Ironhide's head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was one of the Infernos as well.
Maybe the other one was Grapple.
Yeah, no, it was I had a white Ratchet, and that one at TFCon was like someone literally just walked up and said, "This is mine." And I'm like, "What?" Bought it in 2 seconds. Was that all that was in there, or was there more?
There's more.
There were 3 particular ones that I sent. So the Salvagus was one of them.
Oh, I'm guessing this is the arm cannon for the
yeah,
Galvatron.
it probably just fell off or something.
I know I said dibs, but I didn't. Once I saw everything, the next one, Scourge, was at the top of the box, and I just thought it looked so cool. I love the face on it. But so then we have got the Scourge, and it's a Target Master Scourge.
Yeah.
But where the hell did this come from?
That's the Mirage from, I think it was Energon Mirage. I repainted that. That was another one for create a new Scourge, because at that time, that was like the early aughts. They were never going to do another Scourge again, ever, because we'd just gotten Black Convoy Scourge, and they're like, well, I guess they hate Scourge, and they're never going to do another one. Who, fun story, I thought was Scorch for the longest time, because I never heard anyone say it but Unicron, and he does not say that very Scourgy. But that one, I also took a bunch of other stuff. I think it's like a Energon bulkhead before the animated. Use that head, and then some Lego parts for the headpiece. That guy transforms like a demon, so I'll just leave it. I like to call it Techno Jesus, because that's kind of what he looks like. And then I have pictures. I can send you all those as well.
Okay, and then I don't know.
Looks like a bombshell.
Oh,
that is a mind wipe from. I literally think that was a mind wipe from one of the movies, like Revenge of the Fallen. And I just made it a headmaster and gave him a little guy, which should be in there somewhere. But I actually gave it a bat mode and then gave it some legs to hang on. It was
I'm so nervous manipulating these.
That one's not bad. That one, only the bat head usually has a problem, and how it folds in there is that's why I said watch those videos, because they are going to save your life if you decide.
Fantastic.
And that's the thing. They were made for me, and I knew I could be intricate on stuff, but I've just hit a point where I have so many, it's ridiculous.
When did you start making these?
Probably early, 2000. I started making those real early. Yeah. Well, a lot of those are 2000, 3 to 7.
That's so cool.
Molds. Yeah. And I've got a couple of new ones. You said this isn't going to be out till what, mid
26th of March.
Yeah, so I could show you these guys because they will be displayed by then. I have been customizing GI Joes.
Oh.
We will figure that out.
Thank you
later.
so much. First of all, really nice gift. And I don't know that I own. The only custom piece I own is because I bought some mods from you on a for Crosshairs. I bought your tire set for Crosshairs.
And that's a little different. That's like an add-on more than it is an actual custom. And that's the one thing I like to tell people too is like people will buy these customs and then be like, this piece scratched off on it. I'm like, yeah, it's paint. It's not like I have the same a press that presses the paint on, like a tampograph or something. It's literally paint.
What is your expectation here?
Yeah. So I just sometimes whenever I get one I gave one to Mike Seibert last time when I saw him at a previous TFCon when you guys weren't there. It was the same deal. It was like, well, I'm not going to sell this, and I don't want to throw it out. I don't want to try to put it on eBay. I don't want any of that stuff. I would rather you guys get some sort of enjoyment out of it. I could care less if you burned them. Effigy, that's SOB, but it's just one of those things. It's a child to me, so I can't do it. Right. I can adopt them out.
Well, we will hang on to it with love and care until such time as you cross us, and then we'll do that.
Then his flesh must be in here somehow. So anyway, I got these ones. These are GI Joe classified customs,
Mm-hmm.
and I noticed something with particularly the two newest Tiger Force ones that came out, and I looked at it and I'm like, those. Why do they have two guys who have mustaches on Target shelves right now? So I made this little guy.
Oh, nice.
And,
Mario.
and this,
That's a really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Oh, let me see the weapons. That's a
oh yeah,
plunger.
that's a Fortnite weapon.
yeah.
We got a
Yeah.
plunger with the Luigi guy, and then a hammer and a bazooka.
Yeah,
on
yeah. The
Mario.
bazooka is like pipe colored. So,
Yeah.
and then I've got somewhere around. Actually, it's right here. I've got his backpack. I'm going to be making this into Blippy. I can't remember what the thing's called from Super Mario Sunshine. And I got another plunger that I'm going to paint like that. And then these will be bullet bills.
Cool.
This would be a lot better if it were video cast.
Well,
Yeah. Well, they can check them out on my Instagram.
Excellent.
At Alphamagnus. They will be up there. I'm probably just going to keep them and maybe sell them at PowerCon, because I should have a booth for that.
They're very cool.
And then randomly, so I don't. Have you guys seen the Sergeant Slaughter figure?
I don't think so.
Ta-da!
Ah.
Eddie's disease.
So they released this. This is Hasbro's version, but previously I'd purchased the Valaverse version, which I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's like another company that makes G.I. Joe type figures. They actually had the first year that they came out an exclusive so Hasbro couldn't have him.
Huh.
They released one, but he was so short. I'm like, what am I going to use this for? So I made this guy.
You made that from a Sergeant Slaughter?
Yeah. This.
Oh, it's a Koopa.
It's a Toad.
Yeah, Toad.
Treasure tracker Toad to be
Okay.
specific. Yeah. So I made the helmet for Bazooka and stuck the thing on there.
And that's the Sergeant Slaughter body, but it's
Yeah,
like
but
shorter
look at how
price.
much smaller he is.
Yeah.
He's like significantly smaller.
He doesn't
and not
look as buff either. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm keeping this one as this, but I made this one and put a Hobbit head on there. Because I figured he's like the perfect human to be a Toad.
I think you'll sell those pretty quick when you take.
Yeah. I'm putting them as probably a set. I have an extra Scarlet I'll be making into Peach. So.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
So we are, I guess we'll shortly get into the episode. I can't remember. Did we request you, or did you request this episode?
You guys had asked a long time ago, we're doing season 3, who wants a piece? I dropped a whole bunch of them, and then they were all taken.
We've had a lot of guests for season 3.
Yeah. And so one of them was the Daniel surprise party thing, mainly just because of how terrible it was.
Yeah.
It was like awful. Like, what is this episode even supposed to be? This one, however, was one that I actually liked, and you guys were like, no, someone else picked that one.
I was
and then
wrong.
no one actually did. So
Yeah,
here I
was
am.
wrong.
I love the Junkions. I particularly loved the Eric Idle version of Wreck-Gar. Not so much what the hell we got in this one. And then also I've done a Nancy custom as well. I had a nice head cannon for her as well, since she looks Lithuanian.
Mm-hmm.
And as a kid, I was like, oh, she must be from that planet that died and they rebuilt her. And now that's his girlfriend. And it was just that was not spoken at all in anything, but
Yeah.
that is what I made up. Yeah.
Well,
And I
he's
think
like,
that's what
he
most
did
people
say,
think.
"Here's looking at you, kid."
Yeah.
That felt familiar in a fuck way.
Oh. Wow, you saw a whole different episode.
Oh, Pancho. Oh, Cisco.
Mhm.
If any of the Transformer races engage in sexual activity, you know it's the Junkions.
Yeah, I mean,
They're dirty dogs.
especially in 2006, actual 2006, they had to seen some Skinamax at least.
Yeah, no kidding.
Red Shoe Diaries.
You get the Playboy
Mhm.
channel up there on Junkion. Well, I guess before we get into it, let me shout out our patrons. Alphamagnus. Always awkward to do that when you're actually on the episode. Alphamagnus, Debbie, Jeremy Skeeter, Mr. Sadler, Mike Seibert, Bono, Michael Tremblett, Justin, Jonathan, Robinus Prime, Classic Daniel, Safubi Samurai, Chandler, Jay Soups, Matty V, Nick, the Toy Mad Dad, Ken Bockelman,
Big
DFB,
kid.
Greg Murray.
gotta
Never
do
gonna
it.
let that die.
He just won't. He gets upset if you let it go.
Yeah, he's such an angry man.
He wrote
too.
to us and said, "I'll fucking kill you
Yeah.
unless you say Big Ken every time." Captain Alexis, Corey, James, and Julia, of course. Mr. Michael Ordway, Tim Dubs, Jason from Cracktastic Plastic, Thomas, Justin, Triclops, Alex, Simon, Squid King, New Daniel, Seven the Chronicler, Argonus Prime, and Brian Jones. Thank you, everybody, for contributing to the podcast. Thank you, Alphamagnus, for being a supporter.
Wow.
Out of spite.
So, you know what? Before I almost forgot.
You went out of order.
I totally
me up.
I fucked it all up. Hey, Ryan, how about we tune into the big booze cast of 2023?
Okay. Caleb can play something terrible, and you guys can talk about nothing.
I put a bar background in here. Let's see, bar ambience.
Yeah, you can be a part of our awkward bar banter.
It's not getting better.
Yeah, Hey, Caleb.
Hey, how's it
Gosh,
going?
man, it's good to
Oh,
meet
look,
up
hey,
with you here
Hey,
again.
who's that over there? Who's that over there across the?
Oh, that's our friend Alphamagnus.
Who's Magus at the bar? Hey, what's
Hey,
going on?
You don't drink Alphamagnus. What are you doing at the bar?
I'm scamming chicks.
Ah.
You guys down?
What kind of scams are we talking about here?
You know, the 3-card knuckle and the
What?
the Louisville slip. You ain't heard of that? Yeah. Nothing sexual.
It's all of those sound
It's
sexual.
it's all for Pokemon cards, I swear.
I can't tell if it's a sexual move or some kind of like scam from like the Big Sting. You know, the Big Sting.
We're doing the
The
old
sting.
Texas butt fuck.
Yeah. But it's not a sexual move.
But it's not sexual.
No, no,
It's
no.
not sexual at all.
Place is hopping tonight.
Yeah, there's just plates. They need to include a sound of plates smashing to the ground, like the waiter.
I come here for the peanuts and the boiled eggs, the pickled eggs.
There's a whole
the
jar.
delicious.
There's a whole jar of them over there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do you guys
You know how
see-
much eggs cost, and they give them away for free here.
So a large group of fully white shirt, black tie Mormons just walked in.
Well, that's weird.
They don't drink either. Maybe they're scamming chicks.
Well, they're totally scamming everyone.
Yes.
they're gonna pull the old Salt Lake City finger bang.
Yeah.
Not sexual.
Little do they know I'm here for their magic underwears.
Okay, go get it. Go use your tricks and your charm.
Get lost, Mormons.
Caleb, God, so hateful.
What is
Oh wait, Mitt Romney just walked in.
Uh-oh. Ryan's trying to make these drinks. He's like, making the drinks.
I'm just making a drink.
Barkeep, buy around for those Mormons over there.
Yes, sir.
Flip him 3%, Caleb. My tip percentage is just getting lower and lower every episode.
Flip them what? Flip them 3.
Like a coin, like a shiny coin. Oh, he took a bite out of it to make sure it was legit.
I could go with that one. I think the next week, or the next time I do this, I'll do more like something like this.
Is this like a Viking
It's
tavern?
like a tavern. Oh,
Oh, the band is hopping tonight.
well, things just took a turn in here. I don't know. Those Mormons are starting some trouble.
It doesn't sound very fighty though.
Just rambunctious. Okay.
All manly voices.
We might have to revisit whether we want to continue this segment.
Ryan, what do we got?
Yeah. I chose this one because it's a classic from the 70s and 80s, and it's kind of an abomination. The Alabama Slammer. Supposedly created at the University of Alabama, I guess, during the 70s. Nowadays, it's usually served as a shot. But in keeping with the theme of you guys not liking my cocktail choices, I made this whole drink. And that is, I'm continuing this reference to you not liking one drink. And maybe the last one, I guess.
It grew on me.
I'm salty. So this is 1 ounce or 30 mils of Southern Comfort, 1 ounce of Slow Gin, which is a gin-based liqueur made with sloe berries, a relative of the plum, 1 ounce of amaretto, 2 ounces or 60 mils of fresh OJ. Shake all ingredients with ice and strain into a highball over fresh ice, garnished with an orange wedge and a maraschino cherry for some reason. We mentioned this in our last recording. I don't think it made it to air, but Caleb, you wanted to tell the story. Oh, yeah. I wrote in, if you want to tell the story of Aaron and Southern Comfort when the three of us were living together on Del Mar. It didn't make it to the show.
Oh, okay. And it's weird that we haven't. I'm surely we've alluded to that in the past. Long story short, me and Aaron and Ryan, as you know, back in the day, lived together in this house. It was late at night.
Probably.
Yeah,
We had been drinking, and I was laying on the sofa, and Aaron was like kind of crouched in front of me, talking, and I don't remember what we were talking about, but I said something that was probably like a jibe or a tease at Aaron, and he was wasted.
He got this glint in his eye.
He had a glass full of whiskey, like probably a Jack and Coke. Or
I
something.
think
it was Southern Comfort and
That's
Coke.
why I
Just
mentioned it.
Sorry, yeah. That's what I meant. And I said something, and he just got this weird look in his eye, and from point blank range, he just threw the entire drink in my face, hard.
And it went all over the wall.
all over the walls, the sofa, and I just got up and went to my room and went to bed. And I got up the next morning, and ants were outlining the splatter on the wall. They were eating up the sugariness of the thing.
And then I had to scrub it all down.
I was pissed off.
You probably should have been.
Yeah.
I was shocked. It was one of those.
It was a full drink.
Yeah, you just were like.
And I think he ran away after he
Did you run away?
I don't
I was just.
Did you
stunned.
see it happen?
I was sitting there in the chair next to you guys. I saw it all go down.
So here's, you know what? So in honor of that, here's the friendship. And I throw my drink in Aaron's face. No, I would never.
Here we go. Cheers. Roll Tide.
Yeah, so what a weird drink. Alabama Slammer.
Ooh, whoosh, wah. That is sweet as hell.
That's one of those drinks that if I see someone drinking this while I'm playing music, I'm like, they're totally going to start requesting for me to play shit here in about 45 minutes.
I watched this on Todd in the Shadows last night on YouTube. He mentioned that he's a keyboard player. He mentioned like this is a song that pretty much all keyboard players know, but that closing time song that Eddie and Mike used to end every show with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that song.
Okay, that's it.
I
Do you ever get it requested?
No.
Nobody wants to hear it because nobody wants to go home.
Nobody wants. Yeah, it's sad.
I mean, I know who I want to take me home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take me home.
Yeah.
Take me home.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to play. That
I don't know.
shit. I don't want to play that. I'm not going to play that shit on stage.
Last episode recap. Surprise! There was no ultimate weapon. Just a lot of self-doubt and general mental melees.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk about the big broadcast of 2005. Back to ACOM.
2006.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're ACOM, how do you feel about that?
Not good. Not good at all.
How do you feel about Michael Reeves, the writer? Maybe we'll save it for later.
This episode's weird because it's aired out of order. Like, this should have been aired before the Quintesson Journal,
Yeah.
which makes sense once you watch it and
Right.
realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Because we were saying a lot of, how the fuck, where'd this journal come from? Why is it just floating in
Yeah.
space? And now we know.
Although they don't really establish it very well in this one either. They just casually drop the Quintesson Journal exists, and it's on Junkion.
We open up. Wreck-Gar is flirting with a female Junkion. While watching some television, the broadcast day ends. The camera pans back. You see that they are on a screen themselves, being watched by the Quintessons. The Quintessons talk a little bit. They basically give us a rundown of what the Junkions are, a species that lives in trash and watches Earth television. But for some reason, that means the recovery of some kind of journal would be more difficult than expected. Huh? So they must attack by more subtle means. Ryan, I feel like you already you have to say something.
Well, in addition, we'll get to this later, but like this is also told out of order internally in the
Yes.
episode.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we see this. I mean, she is modeled off of Lithonian. She's not named in the episode, but the Junkion's name comes to be known as Nancy later. She's not in the dialogue script or the comic adaptation. She's referred to as Junkion Lady. And went
She
by
got junk in that trunk.
Yeah, went by the name Nancy in multiple Japanese guidebooks, suggesting she received a name in the Japanese 2010 dub of the episode.
But Nancy?
Yeah, that's not very creative. Ask Vector
Yeah.
Prime implies that Nancy was named for Nancy Reagan, wife of President Ronald Reagan, the throat goat.
Wouldn't I mean Lucy something like
That would
TV
make a
based?
lot more sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Don't know. No idea.
Junkion Lady.
But I think, well, here, I'll do the next scene and then we can talk about
Sure,
this.
that's
'cause this
it.
is a
That's
pretty
all I
big-
had for that.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I think where the other note you may have.
Oh, the
so,
out of order.
So yeah, we go back to Junkion.
I would love to run down all the real world references to pop culture here, but we'd be here all day. There's about 1 million that the Junkions
Yeah.
reference.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
I'll
mean,
put them all on the website or something. I don't know.
that was like a 3-episode thing of the old of the movie podcast when you guys did it. It was like, and here we start with this.
Yeah. I did enjoy that.
It is fun, and I thought kind of when we got to the show that they were more skewed references, that they like switched up a little bit to not infringe on some intellectual property. But no, these are pretty much all straight.
They're
You
Straight
seem to
references.
Still believe that quoting something is somehow infringement upon creative property.
Well, when you're talking about the tagline of an advertising product, man, I don't know. They're doing real things.
That's true.
The only way that it does is if you match the inflection as well. I've found, because you can say "Let's get ready to rumble," but you cannot say it like Michael Buffer does.
Oh,
He'll
that
come
makes me
after
want to
you.
do it right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're the
let's get ready to rumble.
That's exactly how he sounds. Perfect.
Yeah, that was a good impression.
We go back to Junkion. A Quintesson screw ship releases some Sharkticons to devour and sift through the surface of the planet. The Sharkies find the journal and are commanded to return to the ship, but Wreck-Gar and the Junk Boys are there to defend their turf. And they blast the journal out of the Sharkies' hands, and the Quintessons retreat. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Yeah, that's it. Goodbye. What the hell is this journal? It has like secrets about them being bad guys. Does not everyone know this?
Right. I feel like
Yeah,
nobody trusts the
What-
Quintesson.
we're the bad guys, sons.
So
Everyone trusts us until they see the journal. I want to put this in here. This is another one of those episodes like Megatron's Master Plan that feels very much like they predicted the future. In people like hiding journals and taking things home and just how things are later on. It's very strange. Like Cyclonus says, "Hey, maybe we shouldn't do that," and then Galvatron's just like, "No, immediately, I'm hating you." Like the whole thing is just reeks of prediction.
You guys know what's on that journal? Hunter Biden's dick pics.
Oh my god, topical.
is
This is an evergreen podcast.
this is not the same journal from the other
Right.
episode.
So there,
Or it is.
so
it's
yes,
like it would make more sense.
It's
and I know-
Epstein's journal.
Yeah. I mean,
Bill
is,
Clinton's name is in that journal.
is that what it is? And it's just that these were released out of order.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's lots of things
Gotcha,
happening here. So first of all, let's cover between these two scenes. So this scene that we just watched. So it's a little weird because the scene before this, the Quintessons are like, to deal with these Junkions, we're going to have to use more subtle means. And that's because the first scene was supposed to come after this scene. This scene should have been the first scene of them watching the Junkions, or the Sharkticons trying to get the journal, failing, and then they would have that conversation.
But also, like, the point is, like, that the Quintessons dropped this TV off.
Right, and they never show that either.
No, because they say the Earth programs with our subliminals are teaching the Junkions an intense distrust of other life forms, which would make more sense if it happened after the Sharkticons tried to get the journal.
Right. And
It's kind of confusing to try to explain.
well, it is
But
a little
yet again, it feels very much like who's bending will to not trust other people. It's all very weird.
yeah.
It is fake newsy / like Russian implant.
But then on top of all that, to Caleb's point, this episode was broadcast out of order from the previous one with the journal, where in what we saw in the Quintesson's journal, the journal just appears out of nowhere, flying through space, and lands somewhere, and the Autobots and Predaking is after it. But I think that was supposed to come after this entire episode.
Yes.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
All right.
Move.
We straight?
Okay, everybody get your notes out.
Also, it is just weird that he says we must attack by more subtle means, and then the very next scene is a bunch of Sharkticons jumping out of their ship and tearing up the planet.
That's why it didn't make any sense.
Okay. Elsewhere in space, outside of Junkion.
Oh, in like accordance with what Alphamagnus was saying, yeah, like I wrote, our transmitters are taking the Junkions and intense distrust of other life forms, and I was like, oh, they're just turning them into Republicans. Okay.
Ooh, shots fired.
Yeah, come at me, bro.
What's he say? What's he wave and say when they leave?
Good night, Gracie. George Burns, Gracie Allen.
Yeah.
Our 80-year-old audience members will really appreciate that.
I hope everyone's taking their Centrum Silver.
Okay, we're elsewhere. In space, outside Junkion, Skylynx is chatting it up with Rodimus via some sort of transmission, but then he's attacked by Astrotrain. It's shuttle-on-shuttle action that we've all been drooling for, but not really, because
Not really.
the
Is that
Junkions...
Oh, it is Astrotrain. I couldn't remember if it was Blastoff, but yeah, it's Astrotrain.
So I'll put this. I call this Call of the Shuttles. Every shuttle transformer that we've had is in this.
You're right.
So 3.
Blastoff shows up, and Omega Supreme.
And Blastoff, when we
Oh.
get to that, its only role is to carry Soundwave.
Yeah. Who doesn't speak or need to be here?
But yeah, they start to get into a scuffle, but then the Junkions
I love this.
just shoot them both out of space. We'll call out the
Get off
fun
my lawn.
animation error here where we've got three
Wreck-Gars.
Wreck-Gars
shit,
on
you're right.
screen at once. I mean, why not?
Sure,
Triple
whatever.
wrecked.
I started getting confused here.
So now we go to
You can believe
Cybertron.
that.
Rodimus is bored by Ultramagnus's report on power generators in the 7th grid sector, but Skylynx shows up. Skylynx should have flown through a wall, though, Kool-Aid Man style.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Is he like just a really sassy kid at the nightclub?
You're wearing that?
Skylynx shows up and he's like, hey, there's some weird shit going on over on Junkion. And was he mistaken for a Decepticon? And Hot Rod's like, I doubt it. Go have the aerial bots find out. And
Do you guys intentionally you both of you constantly say Hot Rod when you mean Rodimus?
sorry.
that on
they're
purpose?
the same guy. No, it's not on purpose.
Okay.
I do it on purpose.
It's just weird.
So
I feel like
I
Caleb's
was
trying to
saying-
start a fight.
I do it on purpose.
He does it on purpose. What do you
Every
want to say
time.
about it?
I don't like it.
Okay.
I'm for against it.
You're
What
about
are you
to
gonna
see a fight
say?
go down. No. Go ahead.
Oh, so I was gonna say this is also where like I kind of feel like Rodimus is very Biden in this one. He kind of is
In
just
what way?
there, and,
Oh.
and yeah, just look how he says stuff. Like it's almost as bad as gross.
Yeah.
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 Well, and
He
maybe
just doesn't care.
And maybe I accidentally said Hot Rod because I feel like it's a very Hot Rod-esque moment. He is bored by this part of
Yeah.
leadership, but when Skylynx shows up and is like, "There's some weird shit going on. It might need some
It's
action."
like rock and roll.
he gets into it. The Hot Rod in him comes out.
Gotcha.
But I didn't do that on purpose.
Okay. I just notice it mostly when I'm editing.
and-
It's not a big deal. It's just
Yeah, I think everybody probably knows who I'm talking about.
I agree. It just I think I'm the only one who's annoyed.
Yep, that is true. Astrotrain lands on Char, or wherever the fuck the Decepticons are nowadays.
Sure.
And he reports there's something weird with the Junkions as well.
And we're back to crazy-ass Galvatron.
Yes, indeed. And he just kicks Astrotrain and is like, get the fuck out of here.
Another thing where it seems like it's a truncated scene because he seems to be interrupting him when he hasn't given any information. He's just like,
Totally.
get out of here.
Totally. You don't even know. Like, Galvatron really knows nothing. Because he just beats him up, and then Cyclonus says something like, maybe we should investigate Junkion, and then Galvatron gets mad at him. Cyclonus's mascara game is on point.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Quintesson ship progress report. Quintessons are inserting subliminal messages inside the Earth transmissions that make Junkions hostile to all outsiders, and also, for some reason, makes them obsessed with cleanliness. I guess they're trying to have them seek out the journal, and that's why. And that's another Lithonian model, by the way, called out as like little Junkion or something like that in the script.
Yeah, it looked like the kid from the shopping mall.
Right. So we see on the screen the Junkions have recovered the journal, and it's time to go into some kind of camouflage mode and, and go get that journal.
Smoke. I thought they were going to do a cloak like a Klingon ship, but no, they just pump out a bunch of smoke.
Yeah. Smoke works great in space, doesn't it?
I
It's
enjoy
so
when
funny.
the Autobots fly in and they're like, nothing looks out of the ordinary
Except for when Superion bonks into it.
except for this cloud of smoke.
Speaking of, the aerial bots make their way toward Junkion. The Quintessons are, as we said, camouflaged by some kind of smoky dust cloud. As the aerial bots come in close, they kind of give up their cover by just firing on them.
They're like, I guess, let's shoot them. What's the point of the disguise? I don't know.
Lots of explosions, and we go to
I
commercial.
do like the Junkion guns in placement they keep using. Those are pretty cool. I'm pretty sure those are like straight out of the movie as well.
Like anti-aircraft guns.
Mm-hmm.
And we're at commercial.
What? Where am I? Stay calm, human. My name is Bathan. You are on board our mothership. You will not be harmed. You mean I've been abducted by aliens? Hot dog! This is great! Are you gonna probe me? Here, I can help. That's all. Sir, please get off your stomach. We have learned as much through probing as it can teach us. Oh, all right. Jeez, what a tease. So what do you want? We're here to talk to you about the most advanced beard trimmer technology in the known galaxy, the Manscaped Beard Hedger Pro Kit. You can go to manscaped.com and use the code APDC to get 20% off plus free shipping on the Manscaped Beard Hedger Pro Kit, which includes the trimmer with a dedicated guard with 20 links, plus beard oil and conditioner, a free comb and scissors, and more extras. Doesn't that sound nice? Yeah, but it really does. Is this some kind of crazy viral marketing where you're beaming the ad into my brain, or are you really aliens? No, we are real, you stupid, deviant ape. We just can't believe the savings and quality technology available from Manscaped.com. We have no need for it, you see, as we are a hairless species. But for you, it is a game changer, as you people say. All right, well, you sold me. I'll definitely check it out. So, you sure you don't want to use your dipstick probe thing? You know, just for old time's sake? Please see yourself out. This has all been a tease, is what this was. Once again, humans, that's manscaped.com. Use the code APDC to get 20% off plus free shipping on the Beard Hedger Pro Kit. Tame your mane at manscaped.com. Yeesh, that guy.
We're back from commercial, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where we are. The aerial bots are maneuvering among the laser bolts. They form Superion, which
Form super.
which takes the shots a bit better than, I guess, the individual modes. They're flying through. He is flying through the dust cloud. Superion bonks into the Quintesson ship. The Quintessons at this point activate, I think they said, a pressor field.
Yeah, but then he fires at it, I guess.
Right, which I guess is able to push it back. Yeah, he blasts through the field, blows out the comic dust cloud and the camouflage, and damages the Quintessons, I don't know, weapon system. Damages some bullshit with the ship, so they got to get the fuck out of there again. And Superion is also damaged, so he's falling to the surface of Junkion. Quintessons retreat, and then Cyclonus and the sweeps arrive.
Yep.
So
It's just people
There's
in,
a
people
part-
out.
there's a part in here where Cyclonus said something, and I could have swore he said "fart in a jar," and I still don't know what he says.
We're watching Battle. It's all over the place.
Okay. Junkions are still watching television, specifically aerobics. They love it.
I think it's ballet.
Ballet? Aerobics? What's the difference?
Balrobics.
Sweep Clonus attacks. We are reminded of the Junkion's ability to easily repair themselves by flipping parts around when they're damaged.
Yeah, Nancy's none the worse for wear.
No problems for her at all. Cyclonus has gleaned some information from this encounter and returns to Char as Wreck-Gar places the Quintesson journal on a pedestal.
Now that's aerobics.
Now you're right, yeah. That's I don't know. I don't know, man.
Red
maybe
beans
there's-
and rice did miss her. There's a lot of shooting in this episode.
Skylynx has scooped up Superion and delivers him back to Cybertron. Superion provides a message. The Quintessons are up to something. That's pretty much it.
This is like a back and forth episode. I go there, get hurt, come back. We
There's
go
a
back,
lot
we
of
go back.
transitions.
Yeah.
So the Autobots are like, let's go figure this out. Blah. I'm not a good leader like you were.
It's like, what is he doing here? I like a
Oh, this cat bot.
Yeah,
what's going on?
Yeah,
here?
what is this?
the
This hurts
Did
me.
you want a cat robot slave?
So the Junkions are watching a game show. Name that price. And what is up for bids is some kind of granny
Yeah, he says
attack
granny.
dog. It doesn't look like a granny to me,
Or a dog.
or a dog.
It's disturbing.
That's what it is.
You ever want to bang a dynamite?
The Quintessons insert a new subliminal messages. The Junkions should share something to show that they care.
But it's not inserting a
right,
new one.
you're right. It's something screwing up.
But that doesn't make
Because
any
of their-
sense.
Because their ship is broken, it's messed with the content
yes,
of their subliminal command.
broadcast. Yeah.
But
It's-
why would that happen?
It
Why-
wouldn't. That doesn't make any sense. It says sending the wrong message. To share is to care. Like, what? How did that even work?
When I first was watching this, I was thinking that was intentional, because they were saying at one point, like, great, they've got the journal, but because we've made them so violent towards outsiders, how are we going to get it? So I thought for half a second maybe they created that shares to care message.
Yeah, that's what I thought,
So they
too.
would just give them the journal without incident.
It makes as much sense as anything.
I thought that they were trying to send an evil message and they accidentally sent a good message.
That's what it is, but
But
it's
it
because
still doesn't-
of a malfunction.
Yeah, but it still doesn't add up.
No.
Like, why would they have this, like, caked in good message that existed somewhere that would...
But then the good message doesn't do anything.
Well, it does do something, because what we'll see is that it causes the Junkions to be like, yeah. So then they attach
Share the
their
message.
They attach a transmitter
Yeah.
to their television set, and then that's when all the other races of the galaxy the cat folk, the dog people, the bee people, the antenna, even earthlings.
They get an evil message.
Right. They don't get the sharing is
The
caring
caring
message. They get the original
Yeah, it was-
don't trust your outsiders.
Right.
And this is all happening, and then I'm watching like these weird cat people, and then I'm watching the dog. Have you seen the video, the part with the dog and the dogs in the car?
Yeah, you keep sending us pictures
It's
of it.
blowing my mind. Like this is like a cat versus dogs.
Caleb sent us an image, a screenshot of that like 3 times.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And you actually
No,
sent
it's
it.
fine.
You sent it
Once.
before I'd watched the
You didn't-
episode.
yeah, I didn't
So I didn't
understand
even
what
know
it
the
was.
context of
Okay.
it whenever you sent it. I
Okay.
was like, "What's happening?"
Yeah.
I do like.
I
to-
also
Go ahead.
like how they're like, we're gonna send a video of some stupid like rip off of GI Joe, but
I
in
love
space.
that.
And that's what's gonna rile you up. Hate them.
Because it's called Space Age Jack, and they say "Yo Jack," which is cute. Because Michael Bell, who's the voice of Prowl in the series,
Right.
and Duke in GI Joe, is the one who voices this scene, which I thought was
It
pretty.
was a nice
fun.
touch.
Yeah.
Whenever they said "Yo, Jack," I was like, "These guys are having some fun."
We skipped past it. I don't remember the context. I just wrote down at like 10:09. Wreck-Gar says, "We've got the touch," which I'm like, I
Yeah.
wonder if that's
Oh, I rolled on that. That hurt. It's too soon. It was too soon. Like that. It's 2005. Now it's 2006, and you're calling back to that movie. Like it's almost as bad as my bad. Oh.
Yeah, I hate that too.
I did an eye roll.
I
liked it.
I do like the different species we see, like especially these robot bees and wasps attacking each other. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, where are all them at later on?
This is a different planet, baby.
Other planets.
But they
Well,
are
no-
all watching Space
Space
Age Jack.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Space_Age Jack.
Space. Age Jack.
These fucking
This-
Heaven's
this-
Gate cats love Space Age Jack.
Did you guys ever watch Futurama?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The episode where like the Ally McBeal ripoff stops playing, and then the aliens invade because they
I
want more
remember.
episodes. Yeah,
It was
That's
called
what
like
this reminded
Human
me of.
Female Lawyer
Yes.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
Human
we
female
want
lawyer.
McNeil, and then the president's named McNeil, and they just vaporize him. That was not McNeil.
So we've got dogs and cats not living together.
Right.
I got the implication they were on different planets.
But are they fighting each other? Was that implication that they would then
I
go
got the
fight each
implication
other?
They were on the same planet. The jets take off from
yeah.
the cat town and attack which is like futuristic and weird, like Heaven's Gate, like you said. Dogtown's like
just-
the 50s. Like there's like
I did like how you texted like this is exactly what cats and dogs would be like if they were
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
hominids.
Yes, absolutely. The dogs are just like woohoo, meep meep, driving cars.
They've all got squeaky toys in their mouth.
Instead of vapes, they're all squeaky toys.
Yeah.
Catnip in them.
The Quintessons ponder, can this barbarism be turned to their advantage? Perhaps arms sales to all the different fighting
Yeah.
factions, maybe, but we must get the journal first. So at this point, I hadn't quite connected the dots that this was
No, I
supposed to
hadn't
come
either.
before then, and so I was like, I guess you guys just do that all the time.
Right,
But no, that's
yeah.
the point, is it's supposed to connect back to that.
That's what I wrote down in my notes. I said, I didn't realize until later that this was aired out of order. And again, I'm like, are we just doing this again? Are Quintesson's just being the CIA again?
Is it a different journal? You know.
We have an unnamed sort of alien race storming, although I guess they're not really aliens because they're on their own planet and they're storming the Earth Embassy.
Earth Embassy.
And we have it sounds like Melissa Fairborn drank a mint julep.
Yeah, it's not her, but it looks like her.
I feel like this was like the subterfuge / like if we can get them to fight each other, we win.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But what is the end? to get a journal? We'll just blow it up.
It's true.
Why even make the journal?
Yeah.
Yeah, just blow it up. Just eat it.
We need to have a canister.
They're like Richard Nixon with his stupid tapes.
basically.
I make tapes of everything.
We couldn't
Damn
make
you,
it.
Agnew!
We couldn't make it illegal to be black, so we made it. We flooded the inner cities with crack. Essentially, is what they said.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name? His
Secretary of State, I think. I can't remember.
Oh, it's
Spiro
wasn't-
Agnew!
It wasn't Kissinger.
It
It was
wasn't Kissinger?
It was somebody else. It doesn't.
I think he's saying Spiro Agnew.
it was like his it might be
VP. Yeah, maybe.
No, it was like whoever the name of the guy that kind of runs the operation of the White House, chief of staff.
Ah,
Okay, Cyclonus tries to explain the situation on Junkion to Galvatron again. He continues to not care. We get Galvatron madness sparkles
Yep.
indicating he's in mania mode. Cyclonus, however, he sees an opportunity and he must try to take advantage of it. So he's going to do it.
that eyeshadow, beautiful.
Yeah, this is just all like what, and he's back to his kooky.
Mm-hmm.
He's back off his rocker.
We thought maybe there'd been some development,
No.
but maybe he hasn't been
Maybe he
going to
stopped
therapy.
taking his meds.
Yeah.
He's like, I felt
relapsed.
better.
Well, no, this was supposed to take place a while ago, though, right? If this episode was before, so that should have been
Fuck if
before.
I know.
It doesn't matter.
Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. Omega Supreme
Yay!
in rocket mode. Inside our blaster, Cup, Rodimus, Magnus. They're on their way to junk,
Yep.
but they are attacked by Sweeps and Cyclonus. Omega is damaged and crash lands on a meteor. Flight terminated, he says.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't know if we're at quite this point yet where, like, Blaster says, we're outgunned, man. We don't have a chance. And then Cub says, that's what makes life interesting. And Rodimus says, yeah, or over, which I love sassy Rodimus. Like, I also don't know if it's intentional, but I like to think it is. In the moment Rodimus tells Cup to draw the sweeps away from Omega, and Cup says, I was just gonna, son. And I like to think it's because they had like a relationship before Rodimus became the leader, and Cup's like, yeah, I remember when you were just falling off Lookout Mountain, you fucking dumb kid. I don't know. I was trying to have fun with it.
That's cool.
Headcanon. Hey, we go to commercial at this point. They're getting blasted on.
That's right. This is your second reminder to go to manscaped.com and check out their new Beard Hedger Pro Kit, friends. This kit is very cool. I will put up a picture of what they sent us on the webpage for this episode. Use our code APDC for 20% off plus free shipping. From beard curation to a fresh shave, this kit will tame your mane. The titanium-coated T-blade slices through hair like butter, but is gentle on your skin, and with 20 different blade links on the attached guard, grooming doesn't need to be hard. I've been growing out my mustache and used it last night to get everything in apple pie order. It's true, though. It works really well. There's this fun little zipper pouch for the hedger, plus lots of other extras like beard oil to glisten up your beard and provide moisture to the skin of your face. Once again, go to manscaped.com and enter our code APDC for 20% off plus free shipping. Now, back to the show.
We come back from commercial. The Quintessons are marveling at the war raging across the galaxy. That is caused by the Junkion signal. Each impacted race has warships converging upon Junkion. The Quintessons must recover the journal before they reach their destination.
Now, what's he holding there?
I don't know. I don't remember.
He's got an ATM. Hey guys, I grabbed this ATM.
They got that idea from Breaking Bad. Back to the meteor. Decepticons and Autobots battle it out.
Mm-hmm.
Magnus works to repair Omega Supreme. He thinks he can get it going. Back to what Ryan was saying.
Yeah, I got ahead of it.
Cup drives off to draw the sweeps away from Omega Supreme. Cyclonus chases Rodimus Prime. Rodimus pops Cyclonus in the kneecap with a rifle shot. Magnus finishes Omega's repairs. The big guy transforms and chases off the Decepticons. So everyone is now back on their way to Junkion.
Whoa, Cup's like getting shot all over the place.
Yeah, he takes it for the team here.
Sure does.
Jesus, give this guy a medal.
Leave Rodimus to me. I don't have a Cyclonus.
Perfect. You did it flawlessly.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Oh,
I shot Rodimus.
my knee.
I can't do it.
Ow.
I can't do Carmel either.
My knee.
My knee.
Ow. You shot me in the knee.
Did that mean he just asked him to marry him?
Yeah.
There was a lot of action in this that I
Yeah,
don't
there
remember
really
when I
is.
watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. That's good. That's
Yeah,
cool.
Omega just boots the sweeps off the asteroid.
Why Omega Supreme?
I don't know.
I'm telling you, they had to have been like, let's put all the shuttles in here. That'll be fun. All the shuttles.
I'm glad they did.
Yeah, I mean, you got to
Sure.
do something, I guess.
A lot of the teams that they assemble on the past few episodes have been like
Make no sense.
random. This actually makes sense tactically.
So this is the YouTube version. On
Mhm.
Tubi, it was real weird. At one point, they like insert like a "We're gonna tell you about the show you're watching" thing, and it's real jarring. It was like
In the
calling
middle of this?
Yeah, just like in one of the things they just randomly inserted it. I'm like, is
'Cause
this
I
how
think-
this aired?
I think we have this at the end. I think this is a short
Okay.
episode and it happens at the end, but
Well, it was like, yeah, it was real weird. I'm like, what is
Was
this?
it like one of those, the Decepticons are an evil race of
Yeah,
robots
yeah,
on the
yeah.
planet
okay,
of
that happened at the
Cybertron?
end.
They've done that on a few of these season 3s because I guess they simply don't make a full episode.
Right.
yeah,
Instead
they
of-
just barely limp to the 20-minute mark.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they-
giving us like 18 or 19 minutes.
Yeah, they've been struggling.
All right, well, we'll see that when we get there. It's super weird. I just thought about that.
Cyclonus and the Sweeps bump into Galvatron on the way to Junkion. He's headed towards the signal too, to be a winner because he believes in he. So that's a reference because we didn't really bring it up, but at some point the Junkions were watching a show that was like about believing in yourself, right? And being a winner. And so we're presuming that that has somehow infected Galvatron's brain, but it was the
But he
G.I.
wasn't-
Joe, it was the Space Age Joe or Jack show that is the thing that was doing that. And also, does Galvatron have a television?
I know. I don't remember him watching anything, so maybe it's just he's picking it up.
I thought that was the sparkle. Was supposed to be that.
We'll say yes. That's it. For
Sure.
sure.
Doesn't matter. None of this matters.
Junkions are watching the battles taking place above their atmosphere, and they decide to join in. Is it too late for the Quintessons? No, they will use this battle as cover while they retrieve the journal. The Autobots from space are in awe of the interspecies battle in front of them, and Galvatron, Soundwave, and Blastoff are here too, rounding off our shuttle. Everybody's a shuttle episode. Zap! Bazooey!
Good point.
Galvatron and Rodimus are fighting. Now they're on the surface
I did like that.
of the planet.
Galvatron says, "A scrapyard. What an appropriate place for you to meet your end, Rodimus Prime." And Rodimus says, "You're the one who'll be junk, Galvatron." And I thought, I'm probably reading way too much into this, but it made me think of the pilot episode where Optimus calls Megatron
Yeah.
last year's junk
Yeah.
or whatever.
You're yesterday's model. Or
Yeah. Anyway, that's it.
Rodimus deflects a beam that Galvatron fires at him with
Soundwave
some
getting
sheet
out
of
of
steel.
Blastoff was so ridiculous looking. Okay, sorry.
You don't need them.
No.
I forgot to
'Cause-
mention that Galvatron, I guess, blows up
Old Omega Supreme.
Omega Supreme.
Omega takes the bullet.
There's a lot of, oh yeah, and that happened in this episode.
Do we have any more shuttles we can shove in here? No, just blow them. It's cool.
This is their first one-on-one since the movie, right?
Yeah. Usually it's Ultramagnus and Galvatron.
I think is that supposed to be a Quintesson ship that's flying
Yes,
into
it's like a little shuttle that they launched off their bigger ship.
Okay, that little shuttle has got a tractor beam. I'm so bored of this episode. a tractor beam locked in on the journal and is trying to bring it in.
Well, if you remember in the Quintesson Journal, they had a handgun that did the same thing.
yeah, makes sense. But that's when Galvatron fires at Rodimus Prime, who picks up some sheet metal.
It's a bunch of luck.
And deflects the shot into the ship that was tractoring in the journal,
And the
and it
journal
explodes,
floats off into space.
and the journal floats off into space. And so now this is like one of those movies.
Rube Goldberg machine.
And then a balloon lifts up, but is popped by a candle.
So
and then
basically,
a mouse runs.
This is a prequel.
And then Pee Wee Herman
Yeah.
eats his breakfast.
Yeah, yes.
But
I pity the fool that don't like cereal.
yeah, this is kind of like watching a Christopher Nolan
They
movie.
say that in here, don't they?
What
Do they?
I pity the fool
They
that.
say, I pity the fool.
Yeah,
I think you're
I'll
right.
say yeah.
he does.
think
He
you're
does.
right.
They
I
do a
don't
Mr. T. They do a Mr. T in here.
At this point, Blaster has an idea. Maybe he starts to kind of get that there's something broadcast oriented that's causing the distress here. And if he can get into the sky, he can create a counteracting
know.
transmission to block the hypnotic hymn of the Quintesson broadcast. So that's what they do. Omega Supreme goes into rocket mode.
This whole
Ultra
scene's
Magnus
very funny.
holds Blaster out the window,
Yeah.
and everybody seems to come to their senses, including Galvatron, who's like, nobody controls me, and blows up the television set. So everybody's fine. War's over.
Whatever.
And I guess the big battle is over, but Galvatron still hates Rodimus Prime, so they should keep fighting. But Galvatron quickly realizes he's outgunned and outnumbered by the hordes of Junkions, so he says, fuck it, and leaves the planet.
Yeah.
I don't think that the relationships between the dogs and cats will ever be repaired. nor do I think that the cats really needed that much motivation to attack the dogs.
I honestly think the actual Quintesson Journal episode would have been better if those were the two factions that Rodimus
Oh, shit.
that is so good.
That would have been so funny.
Agreed. They're like one of them like throws a ball and everyone just goes that way. And then the dogs just leave a bomb on a building and the cats push it off and blow their own buildings up.
The cats keep chasing their own lasers that they're shooting.
Yeah. They go to shoot the lasers and they just run towards them, drop the gun.
Yeah. It's a disaster.
The dogs eat their poop, then vomit it up, and then eat it again. It's madness.
Maybe that's how they evolved intelligence, though.
It's madness.
Oh, the things that could have been.
Everyone on the planet of Junkion is cool now. Still, they don't know who was responsible for that
Really?
offensive television programming. Was it the liberals?
Yeah.
It was the Russians.
Who can say? Who can say? Meanwhile, the Quintessons, they did not retrieve the journal. They must get it, or everyone in the universe will be set against them. And honestly, I'm such a dodo. It wasn't really until right that moment that I realized that, okay,
Yeah.
they fucked up, and that should have played before the one. That
Well, because it's not
rewatched.
obvious, and like it just seems like because we have come to not expect a lot of like
And they don't call it
logic
part one,
from this
part
show.
two,
I
or
agree.
anything like
No,
that.
they don't. Which I like that they wouldn't call it part one or part two, because then it feels like maybe the whole bigger picture is more continuous. But no, they're all just drunk and don't care.
They could have called it like the trouble with Quintessons or something like that. Like seriously,
I
part one.
agree. I don't
The
know
big
why.
broadcast of 2006.
I'd be curious how this all. Why did it turn out the way it
Oh,
did?
why? Quintesson's why?
That's the end of the
we almost had
episode.
an episode without Wheelie, and there he is.
Oh,
This
well,
part two, they're
technically
like-
no, but this is the,
The advertisement.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like this is the one that was like talking and it's just like Springer is a helicopter.
But he's also a car. That's right.
No, we're just gonna ignore the car. He's only a helicopter.
All right, we're done.
Yeah.
Talk to you guys later.
Wait,
I quit.
Couple fun details. Bowing out, Omega Supreme. That is his only season 3 appearance.
oh,
His last of the
Buy my
series.
toy. Buy my toy. Goodbye.
Say goodbye.
I
make
do
sure
need to get an Omega Supreme. I would like to have that toy.
make sure to put some modest echoey sound effects on Magnus's.
Yeah.
Many people probably already know that this episode was translated to a fill-in issue of the original U.S. Marvel series.
Mhm.
It's also noteworthy that the UK also published that. They basically published everything that the U.S. published, but then also had their own issues as well.
Right.
And
this changed colors for some reason too.
what did?
Sometimes if you see the UK versus the Marvel, the US ones, like they just randomly will change colors. Like background is pink and purple instead of.
I think they had different
blue and
coloring
green.
models. Or
Yeah,
not
it was
models,
real
but,
weird.
like inks.
It seems like you just use the same.
I just think the inking
you'd
system
assume
was
so.
different. for the
Okay,
printing.
not CMYK. CMUK.
Good. Good
Come on,
work.
that's a sweet printing joke.
You like that, Alexis?
He'll appreciate it more than anybody else. So anyway, publishing this screwed with their continuity. So they had Simon Furman had to write an additional piece to make it fit more congruent. Like I think they said it was a Wreck-Gar fever dream or something like that.
Oh, I didn't read that part.
Yeah. New characters. We had Nancy, voiced by Judy Gerdnick, who we covered back with Decepticon Raider in King Arthur's Court. She voiced Nimue. And we have another Junkion called Short Junkion, which is as we said, a Lithonian child model. And it was voiced by Frank Welker.
Okay.
So that takes us to
In the real world.
Hey, y'all. In the real world, the big broadcast of 2006 was November 12th, 1986. In the American Top 40, I did something a little different with this episode, with the real world, because this episode was about a TV broadcast in 2006. So I thought we would look at a song and a movie from the year 2006.
what a
delight.
nice change up.
Oh, I'm so fucking good. The best performance. Sorry, everybody, that was awesome. The best performance
The way you
single.
said that.
The best performance single for 2006 was Canadian Daniel Powter's mid-tempo pop power ballad "Bad Day."
Cause you had a bad day, you take it one down, you sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie, you work and a smile and you go for a ride.
You guys know this song? You had a bad day.
Oh,
Something
yeah.
else happened.
Music in 2006 was the worst.
It was number one for 5 weeks and the top of the Hot 100 for the year. It was the first song ever to sell 2 million digital copies in the United States and went triple platinum. The song had pretty universal appeal, for which it was praised, but critics at the same time said that that's what was wrong with the song, calling it bland, and it sounded as if the lyrics had been composed by a computer. But that just sounds to me like they hated it because it was simple and popular.
You know, Paul McCartney, the Beatles song "Good Day Sunshine" feels a little like that to me. It's like such a trite song, but I still love it.
I just don't understand that complaint of like, oh, it's too easy. Like, it's so bland. I like it, but that's why it's stupid. I'm like, I just don't get that that critique.
The John Mayer song, I think it's just "Say." That song feels like that to me, where it's just he just phoned that one in and was like, "Oh, I guess this is gonna be my hit." Okay, I don't know if you ever heard it. It's like, "Say what you need to say."
I don't remember that.
Oh, it is. It was like I can't remember, like probably like 15 years ago, but it was just like he literally just says "say what you need to say" about 60 times. It was.
Oh, is that
it was-
like it's like auto-tuned?
Yeah, it's real weird. And
Say what you
it's-
say, or is that a different song?
No.
That's a different song.
different
That's a different song.
Yeah,
Anyway, it
it's,
doesn't matter.
it's another one. That's
I don't
that
like
too.
music.
Say,
Oh.
say what you want, but don't
Another
tell
say
me, me together.
Say hey, say you, say me.
Say it forever.
The Weird Al song. This song is just 6 words long. That
Yeah.
makes me think of all of these because that's exactly what it is. That was another Beatle, wasn't it? That did the original.
That was George Harrison. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got
all
my
of these-
mind
all of the
set
songs-
on
You.
you. I got.
So Ryan, I get it. I get actually what you're saying. I like what you like.
Well, it's the same way I get annoyed, like at the literary criticism of like, ugh, that's Stephen King.
Yeah.
He writes popular stuff. It's the same thing as like basically that's the argument that Charles Dickens got in his time was that he was popular, so it must be garbage.
That J.K. Rowling, she writes
Well,
popular.
I don't know.
Well-
Let's not go down this
Well-
path. Daniel Powder said, it's not literally about having a bad day. It's more about not taking yourself too seriously and not complaining about trivial things.
And laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah, well, I
So-
mean, this...
He had a good day.
Very... he did.
So-
He did have a good day. He had a good year.
To make all the Zoomers that are listening, I know there's thousands of them.
Yes,
Definitely. All of them, the most recent version of that song, Had a Bad Day, some guy did a one and it was like, so you eat a block of cheese, then you eat some more cheese, then you shit out the cheese. So you eat some more cheese. It's great. I've
Is that
seen
a TikTok
reel.
or something?
It's a TikTok reel, yeah, and it's just, it is completely true to my life in existence. Oh, I ate another block of cheese. I literally will just sit there and eat blocks of cheese. Like, I'm disgusted.
That's why you need the poop knife.
Yeah.
I'm not the one that needs the poop knife. Mine goes down.
Hey,
Sometimes you have to let it soak, but
Oh my God.
So-
This has gotten great.
so
Gotta marinate.
I've mentioned on the show that my
Holy
youngest
shit.
son has a gift for clogging toilets
I don't know
at
if
my
we wanna say
parents'
gift.
house. He has an
curse.
an ability. And my parent, like, he goes to my parents' house every day after school, and he's been clogging their toilets so much that they're upgrading to commercial
You
toilets.
gotta
in
give
the-
that boy some fiber, man.
Dude, I cannot force feed him.
What does he
I
eat?
think that literally that's what you can do as a parent.
No, I can't.
I could.
no.
I
It's,
can't
I'll be
make
honest
him eat
with you.
anything.
My,
Well, he'll get
it's
hungry
just certain
enough.
people have that ability. And my cousin used to like poop literally football-sized turds, and I don't understand
That's
how
so,
that even
seems
exists.
so healthy.
His hips, he has to have birthing hips at that point.
Oh, I'm glad we did
Burping.
this. Number one at the box office. The biggest hit of 2006. Can you guess what it was?
Movie?
2006. Yeah, the movie.
That would have been 1 year before The Transformers.
That's right.
I don't know.
Something with Lincoln Park
Can you give us a
in
hint?
it, The Matrix.
It was
I
a
don't
Jerry Bruckheimer film. It was a sequel
know. Bruckheimer.
Oh, good.
starring Johnny
Ooh.
Depp.
It was Pirates of the Caribbean.
It was Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest,
Oh.
starring Johnny Depp, Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley, and Stellan Skarsgård. If you're listening to this in like 2053, just go Google that with your mind link because I can't be bothered to explain the plot of this fucking movie. I like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, though.
I do too.
Released on July
Keira
7th.
Knightley.
Released on 2007. Released on July 7th, 2006, directed by Gore Verbinski. It received mixed reviews, but got its pretty deserved flowers for special effects, direction, action, humor, and a slammin' score by Hans Zimmer. I do agree with the criticism. It's kind of bloated at 2.5 hours. I don't know why all movies starting in the early aughts had to start marching toward the 3-hour mark, but it's kind of ridiculous.
It was the precursor to the Netflix run of like, oh, we can just make this a 6 to 10 episode thing.
Yeah, and by the
'Cause
way,
that's what they ended up doing.
true crime stuff, stop making it 10 episodes when it could be 3.
Is that did you say Bill Nighy? Is that the one with him?
Yes.
Yeah, I liked him in that.
Yes, he's excellent in everything. And certainly it's the best franchise based on a theme park ride. The film crushed in pretty much every possible way, setting an opening weekend record in the U.S. at the time for $136 million, and the fastest film to gross over $1 billion in 63 days. And is the highest grossing film of 2006. It grossed $1.06 billion on a $225 million budget. And Bill Nighy was also in the film. And he's great.
I've been on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride lately. I think last summer we were out at Disney World.
Me too.
And it's awkward to be on that ride because all of the animatronics are old, but they've inserted a life replica of
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp in there now, and he's hanging out.
Or-
So all of them are kind of cartoonish and yo ho, yo ho.
He'll
And then
pop
there's just like a normal Johnny
Just a
Depp there
dude?
hanging
No,
out
not
with
a
him.
normal
No,
Johnny
not a
Depp.
dude dressed as
Not-
Johnny Depp.
not-
Although I've heard he'll show up sometimes and get in and like get
Yes.
in there and fuck with people.
He'll
But
be dressed up as the character. Which the character is the
Jack
name-
it's an
Sparrow.
animatronic
Jack
Jack
So it's
Sparrow, but
not-
it looks more like a human, where all the other
they're
animatronics
just more
have a
updated.
vague cartoonish appearance to
see.
them.
It's a fun ride. My favorite place to eat in the Magic Kingdom in Orlando is the Pirates ride. There's a restaurant inside the Pirates ride, and you can eat while you
So-
see people go by on the
I
ride.
didn't know that.
Pretty cool.
I have a question for you since you've been there.
Yeah.
Like, is it like gory at all, or is
No.
it just literally just them drinking and being stupid?
It's them drinking and being
I mean,
stupid.
they've looted a
Okay.
town, like a town is on fire, and
yeah,
you're
the raping's already over.
Yeah, I
with.
was gonna say, wasn't there originally like some implication of rape in there?
oh, I'm sure
Yes.
there
There-
is,
there
and maybe
is.
they've edited
So-
it, but
So up at Cedar Point, like which is up here in Ohio, I don't know why I said it like that. Anyway, it's like what 30 miles east. It was known as like the biggest amusement park with the most amount of actual roller coasters, but they've run out of space. They had one that was called the Pirate Ride, and that was straight up horror. Like it had a dude's neck getting stretched, and like people in like it was like someone saw Pirates of the Caribbean and said, you know what, let's make this edgy
Yeah.
by having someone literally having their neck stretched. I don't know if there's video of it out there. I'll look for it. It is horrible. And every time someone would mention Pirates of the Caribbean, I thought that was the ride that it was supposed to be growing up.
Oh.
I'm like, why would you want that? That's terrible. I went there once as a kid, and I don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah, it was super.
that sounds awesome, actually.
It was. Well, that's Ohio for you. That's why we have so many active serial killers, is because you grew up with a ride like that at a kid's park.
I'm into it.
it would be kind of cool, like a legit horror, like a medieval torture ride.
Yeah, like no joke. It was horrible. I remember going in there once and being like, please stop this.
Speaking of
And
Iceland,
then
as
the
we
worst
did,
part is it was next door to one of their old ones, and then also a place where you could get a nice buffet, some
Oh.
cottage cheese in the buffet
I had a
next to the.
I had a dream
Pirate
the other night
murder.
about having a buffet with cottage cheese and like dill pickles, and I got up and was craving that shit. Like,
You must be pregnant.
It must be pretty.
I was gonna say, speaking of Iceland, as we did in the last episode, there is a witchcraft museum, but it's like 3 hours outside of Reykjavik, and I don't know if I want to rent a car, but it looks really cool.
I think you should drive out into the countryside a bit.
You sound like you want me to get killed. Do you have a?
I don't.
Are there
insurance
murderers
policy?
in the woods?
Is it that
of
dangerous in
Iceland?
Iceland? I mean, should we
The
be
roads
worried?
can be.
Dangerous, like as like highwaymen and stuff, like
No,
road
like
warriors?
it's like
raiders?
Yeah.
like even in summer it can snow and shit.
Okay.
Back to theme park rides. Have you guys heard that they are closing down Fire in the Hole?
Yes.
So let me set
Huh.
this up, I guess, for the listener. In the
love
Ozarks
this.
is a theme park called Silver Dollar City, and it's all old-timey Ozarks with like blacksmiths and that kind of thing.
Taffy.
It's like kind of
Yes.
It's pretty cool. I like
Appalachian
Silver Dollar
Appalachian
City.
old-timey
Yeah, I do too.
hillbilly themed theme park. But it's grown like since we were kids. It's become a pretty good like high quality operation. They do new rides all the time.
They have big roller coasters now, but when
Right.
we were growing up, there's the only kind of roller coaster ride called Fire in the Hole. It's the oldest ride there.
And the theme of it is, and soon will be, there was a sort of a vigilante element that existed in the Ozarks that maybe people have not heard of. I think maybe only Ozarks people know about them, called the Bald Knobbers.
Bald Knobbers.
And essentially they sort of
bush-
look a little like the Ku Klux Klan. They would wear white like sheets. They weren't pointed
That
hats,
wasn't
but
the point.
They were
Well, I think
they
it
were,
just
they were
thieves.
vigilantes.
yeah, they were vigilante justice, but I think they turned bad or racist
no.
or something. Like I think there's something about their history.
Yeah.
Not
where
in
they-
this area.
where they became racially motivated. I might be wrong about
Sure,
that.
okay.
But anyway,
some of them got hung on the Ozark Square.
and so the ride though is themed on them, I guess, burning down a town or something.
Is it?
There's a town on fire.
I
It's
always thought
fire
it
in the
was like-
hole,
I thought
and I
it-
think it's connected to like the bald knobbers did something, and the town's on
There's
fire.
also there's also a mine. There's like a mine, and
I think the mine is a different
That's a different
ride,
ride.
Oh,
That's the
shit.
shooting ride that I
Okay.
love.
but it used to be a prison
the
escape.
flooded mine.
Yeah.
that's right.
I love that ride.
Anyway, whatever. That it reminds me of a little bit of Pirates of the Caribbean because there's a town on fire.
For
and
some
it's
reason,
like-
I thought Fire in the Hole was about firefighters.
I think there
It
are
is.
firefighters,
It
but I
is.
think the bald knobbers started the fire. Maybe
How did you know all this backstory?
I don't. It's been a while. I've been on the ride.
I don't remember it explaining it.
It's got
No, I think you pick it up from being on the ride. It's
Maybe
like
I was
townsfolk.
I was just dazzled by the spectacle.
Well, guys, we're gonna have to go ride that ride before it closes to just find out for sure.
APDC
Before the lids
on
shut
location.
$7 City is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool theme park.
All right, let's wrap this up. How about script
just did
deviations?
Really quick, there was a guy decapitated on the fire in the whole
That's
ride.
right.
I heard that.
Yeah,
Is that
back
true?
Back
or
in
is
the
that a myth?
70s. I think that's true.
Okay, you said you think it's true.
I'm pretty sure.
That happened.
That's
up here,
it is
too.
a urban legend that's been around forever.
Script deviations.
There was not an original script I could find for this one online, but there are some interesting things here, mostly that we've talked about already. The opening scenes are told out of order. The comic version of the episode, it makes more sense where the Sharkticons are shown finding their journal on Jonkion, being attacked, and then the Quintessons decide to take a more subtle tack in getting one over on them to retrieve the journal with their subliminals. This episode was written by James Michael Reeves. This is the only G1 Transformers episode he wrote, though he did pen 3 episodes of Beast Machines. According to TF Wiki, He Reeves? I wrote He Reeves. Reeves has also written for damn near every cartoon on TV. Spider-Man, Dungeons & Dragons, Spiral Zone, TMNT, Real Ghostbusters, My Little Pony, The Smurfs, Gargoyles, Batman the Animated Series, etc. He also wrote the excellent animated movie Batman Mask of the Phantasm. And he also kind of looks like a cross between Garth Marenghi and Eric Wareheim.
Two people that I have no idea what they look like.
You know who Eric Wareheim is, Tim and Eric.
I know him.
You don't know Garth Marenghi? Garth
Personally.
Marenghi's Dark Place?
No.
Close personal friend.
That's it. That's all I got for scripts.
What about well, if we are rating the scheme, what scheme are we rating? The Quintesson scheme?
Quintesson scheme, I guess. To get a journal.
Yeah, just blow up Junkion. Who cares? You don't want that journal
So-
to exist.
So the first time I watched this, I guess I'll just rate it. First time I watched it, I was like, this is a 9 out of 10. These guys know what they're doing. And then when I realized that I must have skipped the part about a stupid journal, it dropped like hard to like 4. Like, what are you doing? Like the whole subterfuge line, that was cool.
It's not a good episode. Like, it's I guess watchable. I don't know what
There's so many transitions. There's so many cuts. We're over here. We're over there. We're back here. We're back
Ping
there.
pong.
Yeah, you break your neck watching it. It's not that interesting. And they shouldn't have made that journal.
Maybe someone's like password is on it or something because they seem to really need to get it.
Maybe it's their
It's a
porn.
Yeah.
It's a box with
Nugget
Polaroids
magazine in it.
Nugget.
Keyhole.
The highest class of nography.
Cherry.
So they are the social elite, is what we're saying. Is the Quintessons are the 5-headed social elites in this? They've got some stuff. They've got that Epstein log
Right.
of the island. These
Thank you
guys
for
are
bringing up
dirty.
Epstein again.
You're welcome.
They've been to the island. All right. So okay, we can.
I'm the ghost of the iconic moment.
You know,
I remember mostly the phrases from the Junkions as a kid. I can remember that those elements of the episode. The Junkions were always really entertaining to me as a kid.
I remember so
Most of the
few
stuff they
episodes from season 3 as a child.
I don't remember this one at all.
No.
This is one of those ones that showed up all the time for me. It was like that one episode that you, oh, hey, I haven't watched this in a while. Here it is again. So that's those are the ones that I choose for these because I remember them the most in hate.
If my heart had been a cannon, I would. Or wait, no, my chest had been a cannon, I would have shot my heart upon it.
Yeah, and it's Ugh.
I some random. I don't know if it's iconic, but one of the weirder moments is that game show with that human transforming into like that cat.
The cat.
That's
Oh.
Granny robot.
I'm not just what the fuck.
That's body horror.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a robot.
I can't wait to fuck that robot cat.
That's the name of the game show.
Fuck that cat.
Will you do it when it's an animal or when it's your grandmother?
I made you some cookies. Oh, my pussy's out.
Oh my god. Caleb is once again not making eye
staring up at the
contact
ceiling.
with anyone.
Well,
My iconic moment is looks down at a checklist. You've got the touch.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're really mad about that, aren't you?
It so annoyed me. I'm like, why did
Wow.
you say that? Like, he wasn't even there.
He wasn't even there. The story traveled.
Oh yeah, you've got the touch. Sweet. I was there inside of
Sweet.
Unicron when that happened.
Well, but also the song doesn't literally play in real life
It's
in
not
their world.
diegetic to the scene.
It makes even less sense.
Like,
It means he watched the movie.
it's like, right, exactly. Which I
It's
kind of like that.
Spaceballs.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea that the Junkions have watched Transformers the movie.
I do too.
I'm like
I do too.
dying over it.
Oh god. Next time on the Autopod Decepticast.
I don't know, Sandstorm is in it or something.
Oh good, more Sandstorm. Who couldn't get enough of Sandstorm? Everybody's favorite triple changer. I just think he's boring.
He's not very good. Alphamagnus, before we get out of here, what do you got to plug?
At Alphamagnus everywhere on the universe, and at Alphamagnus cosplay on Instagrams. Come see me at conventions and make sure to tell the convention people that you came because I'm awesome.
And if they don't want to include you in a convention, they should
Rethink it.
Burn in hell.
Oh,
Burn in hell. No, I'm seriously fine. So this is the funny thing is I was in another country, and I got a call from the guy for that, and he's like, yeah, just wanted to talk to you. Saw your post, and I really like your hustle and this and this. And he's like, so why do you think we should have you instead? I'm like, well, because every time I've gone to one of these conventions with these cosplay hosts, they're sitting there on their phones the whole time. Mind you, while I am walking around in essentially a full body suit, acting like Macho Man Randy Savage and entertaining the whole group. And he's like, yeah, that's kind of why I sent the message. Like, yeah, these guys are boring. I don't know. Have you been to many conventions that have cosplay or just TFCon?
just
TFCon.
Yeah,
Jinx.
TFCon's a little different. TFCon's a little different, but I don't know if I'm going to be going to Toronto or not.
What about
I don't
Orlando?
know. No, Orlando's way out.
We
I
are
don't
not.
go down there. Where the higher the chance of being killed by bugs and alligators.
Who? I don't know that people are being accosted by alligators just in Florida. Like, I don't travel south of the Mason-Dixon.
Yeah, that was a joke. But seriously, I don't want to go to Florida. It's too far. I already have one Georgia thing this year, so it's close enough for me.
Mm.
You guys can hang out with Mike Seibert in your hotel
It's up
room.
in the air how many of us are going. It doesn't. It's not.
Yeah,
clear
it
yet.
was
Yeah.
kind
Well.
of. It was kind of certain, and now it's not.
Yeah, that's
certain.
because I decided to go to Iceland.
Ryan's going to
So-
Iceland.
But I should
instead.
probably be able to save up enough to go to Orlando. I don't know.
Well,
Hey, remember this.
the other thing I'll
Business expense.
That's true.
Yeah.
Tax deductible now that we're illicit.
The other thing is my toy thing is moving very slowly, but I now have the company stuff all done, so I just gotta worry about that next.
Excellent.
Sweet. All right. Well, with that, I guess we'll sign off. If you'd like to support the show, we invite you to check out our Patreon page.
Give, my fellow Decepticons! Give till it hurts!
All of its levels of support, patreon.com/APODcast, or you can check out the APDC store at autopoddecepticast.com/store. Finally, you can buy us a drink. $5. You tell us what you want us to drink.
Go to PayPal at APODcast. Give us $5. Tell me what you may need to drink, and I will bet you the week.
Thank you. And then other than that, just give us a review, stars, 5 stars, if you will. Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play.
If you're on Patreon, you get a
YouTube.
booty box about every 16 months.
Hey,
Round up.
they're good booty boxes. They're
Worth
worth
the
the wait.
Worth the wait.
Yeah, I was also gonna say on the some guy, the Lonely Con or something.
One, yeah.
He's got he added an Amazon link so that you can help me make a cosplay.
Oh, okay.
So look for an Amazon link for One Lonely Con.
Yeah, I just put it on that Instagram. It's on the bottom.
All
If
right.
anyone wants to support my ridiculousness and possibly have me at conventions yelling at people about nuggets, go for it. Shock mommy, all of it.
I love it. I love it.
We're going hardcore.
Just one good flipper.
Yeah, and then I can put a face on the back of the head.
Yes.
Right.
That's right.
Right, to put the nuggies in.
Yes, put the nuggies in there. You insipid whelp.
You're giving away too much. People are going to
Giving away
start
the
thinking
store.
that we aren't actually friends with Shockwave. You can also find us, party with us virtually, social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of them at APODcast. And if you join our Patreon, we also have the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
So, we like to chat it up there. Other than that, show notes, follow-up materials, autopoddecepticast.com. We're done.
Y'all.
Bye.
That was a
Bye.
better episode.
Hey, look,
than
it's
last
what's the Ernest character? The evil.
Dr. Otto.
Yes. Ha 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 ha.
See ya.
All right,
See ya. Bye.
make bad decisions.
Bro Cells is the sponsor of Autopod Decepticast. Yes, 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 yes.